My name is Bobby Dietz, and welcome to the series of agency growth. I'm going to be sharing information gathered over the course of a month here. Every month, be posting a video as a recap of everything that's been explored or learned. And in this video, I'm recapping some of the things we're thinking about for reinvestment in brand, what we're considering our concerns, and try and shed a little bit of, or find a little bit of clarity as to how much to spend and what to do. We'll be talking about that a little bit, and then the benefit of being different and how much more important being different is than better. It's different is better than better is the phrase, and reading books about that kind of thing, and trying to have vision for what we want our company to be known for and how we want to be different as it relates directly to that. I talked to a SaaS colleague who's in a big public company in the Bay Area and try to learn from them, you know, what the structures they use are for payment, salary, commission, bonus incentives, how all that works for them, how they set goals, and try to, again, take some of that and apply it to our company as we continue to grow. And then we decided on our core values, which was really exciting. We all chipped in and had a fun discussion about what we wanted them to be and why, and we came up with 5 really good ones, and I'm happy to share those. So enjoy the video and stay tuned for the one next month. So it's time to reinvest in our website and our branding. You know, we're not branding guys, so it's a little more difficult for us to wrap our head around how much to spend, what we need. I keep looking at these other companies and what they're doing really closely with their branding now. Like if you look at an ad review I did a while back on this company, Audible, every little detail of everything that they do is their brand. It's their coloring, it's consistent, the communication style is consistent, the tone is consistent in their copy. And you know, that is way above and beyond of anything we have now. I met this guy, Ryan Berman. I'm reading his book, Return on Courage. You probably heard me talk about it in a couple other videos and posted about it on social. He talks a lot about core values, and he talks about a lot of how to be courageous and put yourself out there as a brand. And then he also, what's cool and relevant to this video is that he acts on it. All the stuff that he does is very consistent in his brand. His email is the consistent coloring and the consistent font, this consistent messaging. You know, he has the matching bracelets, and he's got the book that matches, and the profile that matches. So everything's really consistent with his brand, and I'm just starting to recognize what all these companies are doing to have their brand be messaging and style and tone be so consistent, and that's, I think, what we really need. One of the things that concerns me about going and getting into a new website and new kind of branding is that we not spend enough and not do enough, and everything falls a little flat. We could go get a new website, it'll look good, but like if the rest of it, all our stuff doesn't match and the tone is off and inconsistent, what's the point? People aren't gonna really recognize it as a true add value, I don't think. So for me, it feels like, is now the right time to really go ham and invest heavy in the brand because it's really important? Or do we need to wait until we get a few more clients, a few more employees, and then reinvest? Because the company tone messaging could change once we have 10 employees. Something I like to say to clients is that when they're testing new things, and if they're virgins trying digital marketing for the first time, is that they can't afford to be cheap. And I think we can't afford to be cheap on this situation. We need to invest properly. We need to get everything we need to get the branding for our company done right. And I think that's going to take more money than we're comfortable with. We've seen it with our own projects in the past, trying to pinch pennies in web development or integration softwares, regretting it, spending more time and money to try and fix problems we created when if we had just spent the amount of money that made us a little bit uncomfortable up front, we wouldn't have had a problem. So I'm hoping to avoid that in any decisions that we make with the website and branding. But when it comes to budget, I don't really know how much is the right amount to spend right now. Do we need to spend $15,000, $50,000? 4,000? You know, how do I determine the ROI on these decisions? I know that it's a good decision. Whatever we do is the right decision because we need to invest in our brand. I just don't know how much we need to spend to get the ROI that we so desire. I also don't have any of my current clients talking to me about my website, telling me that it was the thing that put them over the top. But I also don't know how many clients have, or potential prospects have gone to the website and said, I don't know, these guys don't look super legit, I'm not gonna call them. Has that happened? Or have there been people that I've reached out to that has my website link in the
email and they don't even reply because they look at the website? I mean, I don't know. What is my opportunity cost on this website and all the branding that goes along with it? Attracting employees is really important. Like, if we're going to take an employee from a big company here in San Diego, let's just say, for example, and bring them to our company, and it's a smaller boutique shop, certainly there needs to feel like the company's permanent. It's invested heavily in its brand because they know they're going to be here for a long time. It makes them more comfortable to leave their job and come work with us. That's an important element too. And as we move forward, we need to figure out where to spend the money, how to spend the money, and how much to spend. What is the messaging and tone that they're going to build this image around? We have to define all that and then figure out who's going to do it for us. It's fun. It's part of the fun process. I'm just not really 100% sure how to come up with the number on what to spend, what the ROI is, or if that's even the wrong way to be looking at it. Maybe we shouldn't even be looking at it as, hey, I'm going to spend, $15,000, $20,000 on this website and branding project, and I expect to sign 5 clients from it or something. I mean, maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. Maybe you just need to figure out what you need, do it, and then forget about it for 2 years and do it again. I'm not really sure, but I know there's a lot of things like signing clients and bringing in employees and consistent branding messaging. There's a whole bunch of components that are important with the brand that we create, and I want to make sure we do it right and not skimp, because we can't afford to be cheap. That's it for this video, just kind of what we're thinking about with investing in the brand. If you have any thoughts, please put it in the comments. I'm all ears. You can reach out to me, direct message, all that kind of stuff. Reading this book, Return on Courage by Ryan Berman, and it's got some great points in it. One of the sections that briefly talks about being different and how important being different is than being better. I just want to read a quote from one of the people in here, Cantor Brown. Brands that are felt to be positively unique and setting trends in their category have grown much more dramatically by an average of 124% than those that have been less successful at 24%. And what I'm trying to do here, especially with these videos, is about our growth and how we're going to structure it and all the behind the scenes details of what we're thinking and how we're going to do everything, is to try and be a little bit different. I want to have more of a transparent approach to the way we run our business, and everyone knows how everything is run, and there's a lot of trust built around that, because they know that there's a lot of thought going into all the decisions. Another quote from the book in here, from the author of the book Grow. The Stangel 50 shows a connection between brands differentiating themselves by serving a higher purpose and lucrative returns delivered back to stakeholders. Monitoring the financial performance of these companies over a 10-year period, the Stangel 50 was 400% more profitable than the average S&P 500. That is all related to being different. How can we be different? One of my ideas is to continue to make videos like this, talking about all the things we're thinking about and behind the scenes, but I also want to start doing it with my business partners. I'd like to start recording all of our brainstorming meetings and disclosing all of the non-sensitive proprietary information that we can. We have a lot of fireside chats, as it were, over beers that would be really fun to disclose and just share. Like, if this is interesting, how we're going to grow this business and all the special decisions that we make and the care that we take towards, hiring employees or structuring our systems and all the things that we're doing to try and make the business efficient and successful and grow. Another way we do it is the way we prospect and find new clients is very different. No one's doing what we're doing the way we're doing it. So I'm excited about that as well. But the other point I wanted to bring up from this book was a purpose elasticity, and that is the purpose of our brand, can it stretch into our growth? So if our company expands into a creative side where we're making video ads and GIFs and imagery, and not just that, but like email design and construction, not just funnels. Can our purpose and our brand stretch into that? And what is our purpose? This is something we really need to define. Is it just about returns, improving ROAS, or is it taking a company's marketing experience to the next level and their brand imagery to the next level? And how do we grow our company into that? And can our purpose expand into those things? It's all what we're trying to think about. I think it can. I mean, my ultimate goal here is I'd like next to expand into creative, where we have an in-house direct response team that makes direct response ads, so we can
have our own Facebook ads made when we want them, how we want them, as fast as we want them. Then I'd like to have that creative expand into email so we can not just build funnels for clients, but write them and design them and publish them for them so it's totally automated. And then I'd like to get into the SEO side where we can offer a whole content structure for companies and sell SEO services at scale to everyone, because we have a great list of clients and we can just add that to the offerings that we give to them. And it'd be better for our clients to have everything in-house. Branding, getting into branding and brand construction and development, identity creation, tone for companies that are either new or established and rebranding. Those are that's an avenue that we can expand into it as well. Then getting into web development and web design and all of the things that come along with conversion optimization and upsells and conversion paths and all of those kind of things as well would be great. I mean, we know a lot about that as well and are very capable of it. We're designing websites for clients right now, but it's kind of more of a casual thing because they need some assistance. It's not like a main part of our business, and on from there. So our purpose can't just be ROAS if those are the things that we're going to, because there's so much more to it. All right, that's it for now. We'll see you in the next video. Right, Goldie? Say bye. Say bye. Buddy of mine was in town, works at Okta, a big company up in the Bay Area, and I was asking him a lot about setup for, hitting goals, goal setting. How do they set goals? How do they meet their goals? How do they pay their employees? How do they bonus people? Do they commission people? What are their salary ratios to OTE? Is it mostly commission or is it mostly salary or 50-50 or whatever? All that. And one of the things we ended up talking a lot about were stretch goals, which is the market goal, which is what you need to hit. And then the stretch goal, which is in order to meet our massive growth goals, we need to have be hitting our stretch goals. And apparently the company only goes after their stretch goals. That's all they focus on. And they have bonus systems set up. They can be done weekly or monthly or daily, and people can get bonused out with things based on these stretch goals. So managers are incentivized to help people hit their goals, and SDRs are incentivized to try and hit the stretch goals too. So I started out asking how they set goals, and he said there's a company-wide goal for sales and growth that's achieved, and everyone benefits from it, which I thought was a really cool idea. So it's not the idea that as a buyer in my agency or as a salesperson or as a strategist or email specialist, that person wouldn't just have their own personal goals. It's company-wide goals too. So if the company hits the company's goals, everyone gets a bonus. That's pretty cool. That bonus is paid out as a 5% rate above whatever the goals are. So if they get in excess of their stretch goal or they hit the stretch goal, everyone in the company would split a 5% payout. That's just the number that they picked or they used. We don't necessarily have to do that. I just think it's cool to have a percentage. Like if we hit our growth goals or hit our stretch goal, the whole company will split a big sales number. A lot of camaraderie there, picking people up that aren't performing well that quarter or whatever. Very cool. So that's the above and beyond goal. If you go way above, the company splits 5%. But there's also hitting the stretch goal that matters. Managers and senior managers and directors are paid out on hitting the stretch goal. None of the SDRs or true employees that are paid with this company are bonused out on stretch goals. They get what's called spiffs, which are weekly goals. They're short term that lead to strength goals. These goals are set by managers and directors to help keep people incentivized throughout the process. Sometimes they're, like I said, daily goals. Sometimes it's weekly. Sometimes it's quarterly. It might be a really nice pullover jacket. It might be $1,000 cash. But the budgeted amount for these spiffs that the managers get to decide how to divvy them out is budgeted at $250 per person per quarter. So if a manager decided to have one payout for the whole quarter at $250 per person, and it all went to the top 5 people, they could do that. Or they could take that $250 per person and they could have it be set for every week throughout the quarter. But remember, not everybody is going to hit those goals. So it's an incentive because you could continually win over and over. It might just be 8 people of the 50 that continually hit the goals and get those spiffs. But it doesn't mean the other people won't be incentivized. And it is extra incentivizing for somebody who wins to continue to try and win and get more and more cash or more and more concert tickets or whatever the bonus is that the manager decides to have it be. They're just for fun, fun incentives that everyone gets. That's something that can be a part of the culture of the company. You know, I really like that. We talked about the bonuses, how they're paid out, how it relates to OTE, what percentages. Salary represents 60% of their pay, and the remaining 40% is all commission, or in this case, bonuses. They don't do commission, it's specific bonuses. You either get the bonus for hitting your stretch goals or your numbers, or you don't. So this guy's a sales manager, and specifically the people he's working with are SDRs, and if these people want to get their bonus, it's represented in 50% of two ways. It's either setting meetings and then closed opportunities. And it represents, each of those two things represent 50% of their bonus. So in their specific goals, they have to set 12 meetings and there have to be 7 opportunities closed from those 7 meetings. So if they close 7 deals, but they only get 10 meetings, they don't get their full bonus because they didn't hit both sides of the opportunities. So that was really interesting too, because we have to try and figure out how we're going to get bonuses set up for our buyers, and there could be different elements to the bonus, like, hey, you got the 7 meetings, but so you're going to get 50% of your bonus, but you didn't hit 12 meetings, so you don't get that bonus, which is pretty cool. If we could figure out different categories or different elements to buying traffic to incentivize buyers so that we can pay a bonus, and if they don't get something done, like they don't raise spend 2% or they don't improve ROAS 1%, they didn't get their bonus, but that's only one element of their bonus. So then we can check and see if they did it. I like it a lot. The reason that the bonuses and meeting closings are scheduled that way is all based on the manager's goal. They have to hit, let's say, $50 million in new business developed, and they have, I don't know, 100 SDRs with under them. Each of them have to bring in, 7 meetings a week to a month to close 20% of those. That's the math that they're doing. So they close from opportunity phone calls or meetings initially to closed opportunities is at 58%. So that's 12 opened opportunities to 7 closed opportunities. And then of those 7, they close 20%. So that's the math where they get to the point where they're at 12 meetings to close 7 opportunities and get 2 deals done. That's what's going to get the manager to his stretch goal. And it's all reverse engineered, right? They look at the goal they want to be at, all the way down to how many meetings they have to get, which is really cool. And we've talked about in a previous video that we need to figure out all that kind of stuff for us as well. Another thing that was really cool was something that an accelerator, if somebody does over 100% of goal, so over 100% of their stretch goal, then they go into accelerators where they're bonused out and paid even more money on top of the opportunity to get the 5% with the company, because if they go above and beyond, but the company doesn't hit the number and they don't get the 5% bonus, they still get more money. So it continues to incentivize these people to not stop working, right? There's very structured onboarding practices for these people. They call them ramp months. So for us on our 3-year goal, we need to be closing way more business in year 3 than we are in year 1. So if we wanted to grow, and our growth plan equal across all months was $250 to $1,000 every month in new business, maybe it's totally unachievable right now, but it should be $300,000 a month 2 years from now. So we're in a ramp period, and if we're onboarding a new account, there's a ramp period because you're not going to get any new business. Like if you onboarded a company 30 days ago, the chances of them saying, yeah, take my email on, are probably pretty slim as well, until maybe you've had them for 3 months. Then they understand how you work, they like how we work, and they say, yeah, we want you to take our email on. So there's ramp months too, something to keep in mind. The way they structure that, specific for their meetings, and I think we can do a lot of this for media buying and sales as well, because there's ramp months. You have to get your arms around the account, and you have to wait for the data to roll in before you can really make heavy optimization changes, right? You can't just delete all the campaigns and all the data. You have to slowly take them over. So there could be ramp months. There's no minimums the first month, but they have to set 2 meetings as opposed to 12. That's great. The second month, they have to set 6 meetings and have 3 deals close. So those are like half of the minimums. And then the third month, they have to set 12 meetings and 5 of them need to turn into opportunities. So it's still below. So they have on the 4th month, everything's set up. And by closed deals here, I mean sales accepted opportunities. That means that from the initial meeting, those 7 turn into SAOs, or sales accepted opportunities, meaning, okay, yes, they are really interested in buying this stuff, and we will consider them a real opportunity and count them towards the potentially closed deals. We were just kind of rapping about what he thinks creates loyalty in employees, and his answer was the equity, being, making money from the success of the whole company. But he also thought good leadership, having people that, employees can look up to and aspire to, and having great vision for themselves at the company was the other thing that made them really loyal to a company. And those are things I'm interested in because I want to have that top of mind as we bring people in. The last thing that they do is all hands meetings every Friday. The founders meet with the entire company every Friday, and they say new testimonials they're pushing, new product releases, things that the salespeople might want to know for something that they can sell, they can use to sell, new flows that are working, anything that's changed in the company, good news. I think that's a really fun thing to do with the whole company, and I probably would do something like that as well because it seems really fun. Great way to connect all the people in the company and have everyone understand that they're part of something that's really big, really succeeding, and looks really good for their career. That was it for my buddy I met with that works at Okta. It was a very fun conversation, really successful company, and they're doing a lot of things right. So we're trying to emulate as much of that as we can. Thanks for watching this video. My name's Bobby Dietz, and we'll see you in the next one.
So we landed on core values. Innovative is the first one, and our guys try to be very, very innovative. It is a core value for our company, from the way that we prospect and find and sign new business to the ways that we optimize our ad campaigns and crank budgets, turn them up or down, the way we run discounts, all the softwares that we spend so much money on to make sure that our clients get the best return possible, all the things that we do with our data, the way we look at little opportunities and try to turn them into big opportunities is very innovative. I even think these videos that I make about the behind the scenes good and bad struggles of growing this agency are very innovative as well. It gives us a chance to bond with the people that are interested in our company, and they kind of understand who we are very quickly. Innovative is a big part of our company, and I'm glad it's one of our core values. Okay, the second core value is committed. All of our guys in our company are very committed. We're very, very committed to the success of our business, the success of our clients. We're committed to the day-to-day ins and outs of running accounts and the success on a consistent basis. At no point are we phoning it in or letting it go, not doing what we have to do, because we're very committed. And it's a really important core value for a digital marketing agency. If somebody isn't truly committed to making sure that the account succeeds, there is no way that you're going to do a good job. You gotta be committed in many ways. When we have the company and it's much bigger, it's important that everyone is committed to their job and to each other. If media buyers work in tiers and they get bounced around a little bit from clients, and account managers are committed to their one account that they work on, or their 20 accounts, and they don't bounce around, it's important that the team of people surrounding them and the buyers, it's important that everyone is committed to doing their job. And that's a really big factor for us, and it's a really good core value, and I'm glad it's our second one. Our third core value is confident. We have got to be confident in what we're doing, and our clients need to see and feel the confidence on a daily basis with the way we communicate with them, the strategies that we suggest, the budget increases that we suggest, the creatives we want to use, our knowledge base in general. We must be confident, and that is going to allow us to have a positive attitude, because if we are confident in what we're doing, everyone around us is going to feel that confidence. That energy is contagious, and if we're not confident, if there's weakness in what we're doing and the way we feel about the strategies and the suggestions that we're making, everyone is going to pick up on that. And it's really important that we're confident, but you can't be confident if you're not knowledgeable and prepared. And those are the things that make up confidence to us. And it's a way that you carry yourself with the people you communicate with, you work with on a daily basis. Confidence is a big, big part of our company, but not arrogance, right? It's just about being confident in what you're doing. It's a big part of our company. It's a big part of our core values now, and I'm very, very happy about confidence as one of our core values. The fourth core value is collaborative. Truly, if we are not collaborating with one another, there is no way that we're going to be able to perform as good as we possibly can for our clients.
each one of us is working on accounts, and as we grow, our employees will continue to work on accounts that other employees are not working on. They will be trying things that other employees are not trying. We as partners are doing things that other people aren't doing. We can apply some of these wins in A/B tests and creatives or copy to the other platforms and the other accounts that we're working on. If we learn something on Amazon, we might be able to apply one little bit of that to Facebook. And we need to put ourselves in a position of communication where we can collaborate with each other on a daily basis, always leveraging information, and that's how we're going to be able to scale our efforts the most efficient way possible, because we get to it's a knowledge share of the whole company. It's the only way to really succeed here, I think. And so we made it a core value, and I'm really happy about it. Collaboration is very key. The last core value is passionate. You've got to be passionate, man. If you're not looking at different conferences to go to, listening to podcasts, watching videos that are educational, following blogs that publish information about changes to ad platforms, then there's nothing we can do for you, because you're not meant to be in a digital marketing agency. Things are changing so fast in this industry, and if you don't have the passion required to perform well on ads, real competitive, passionate performance desires, and if you don't have this burning desire to know everything about digital marketing and all the changes that are being made and where the future is, then I can't force that motivation onto you. You've got to be the type of person that's really dialed in and engaged. And that is something that we can really grow our company around, being passionate about the industry. And anybody who we hire now must be passionate about digital marketing and advertising. Or if we get into creative services, they must be passionate about that. Because without that passion, you will not have the determination, that inherent desire to be better and learn more forced upon you. You just have to have it, or you won't actually get great. So passionate is one of our core values, and our last core value. And that's it. That's our core values. And as our company grows, we tried to have with each one of the core values what's called purpose elasticity, meaning that as the company grows, the core values can grow with it. It's not we're not confined by these narrow visioned core values that are very specific. These are things that people can hold themselves accountable to if there's 10 or 110 or 210, 5,000 employees. All of them need to have all these core values in mind at all times. We can grow with them, and we're really happy with them. So those are our core values. My name is Bobby Dietz. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.